You're on.
Hi everyone, Sarah here from the Paper Cut. First we'll make sure we have picture and sound. Picture, let's see. Yep, have sound too. Alrighty. You know what I forgot to do today? I forgot to do a post because I wasn't figuring out what I was doing tonight. I totally spaced out doing a See You Tonight post. So sorry about that, but I know a lot of you are here, so yay, that's good. One thing I forgot to mention last week is I'm going to start, I have extra class sheets. Either my printer goes berserk or my printer, I mean seriously right now, I have an older computer and I have my same printer, and once I was printing instructions and I just kept bringing them out and I kept bringing them out, and Becky's like, this is all the kits we have. So my printer printed double. So I thought it was just me that I hit it twice. And so the next time I did it, I'm like, I know I didn't hit it twice, and it was printing off double. So I don't know, every once in a while it prints off double. So now I've started just printing half to make sure that it's printing the right, prints half, and then I print the other half so I don't end up with all these doubles. But anyways, over the years, and it's been a lot of them. Well, for sure I've been doing detailed instructions for the last, I think 19 was when I started doing detailed instructions. Before that, I just did a sheet with all the class pictures on it and the supplies, but it didn't give detailed single page instructions like I give now. Anyways, long story short, I have all these extra instructions and I can't bring myself to throw them away. So I'm starting to put them in your orders. So just as an idea sheet. So you may have one already because you may have taken the class and you may get a duplicate, because I'm not going to go and look and see who did what one to which instructions I put in. Or they'll put them in there out when they're boxing. So mixed in with your packing slip, there might be
No promises.
No promises, because it could get forgotten too. But there might be some sample sheets. So they're just idea sheets. They're class sheets that are extras, and you may have them, and if you have them already, send them on to a friend. If you don't, you may go, hey, I like that idea. So anyways, I forgot to tell you that last week, and I did start it this week. So a few people that got orders got them in their order this week with their packing slip. So anyways, it's Thursday. We're doing birthday cards. Let's go down to the table.
You're there.
So, okay, we're down at the table. So I do have my next Fun Time Thursday designed. And I actually didn't do what I said I was going to do last week. But I have it totally done. So these are, I started with this set from Impression Obsession that was Pooh and coffee themed. So Winnie the Pooh and coffee themed. So I have this funky fold accordion. So you're going to learn how to fold that. I'm also going to show you how to cut it with the die. And these are Impression Obsession printed papers. So I started with that, and then I did this other coffee card with the same background paper because I really like it. And then I was like, well, what if people don't like coffee? So then I took another Pooh set that she has. So they kind of all three coordinate. So this is the March 16th Fun Time Thursday, which is already designed. So it's up on the website. You can order it at the same time you order the Crafters Classroom, which, let's talk about that for a minute. We're doing Crafters Classroom. So these kits will ship together. This kit along with Crafters Classroom. I started doing this for Crafters Classroom, and then Jennifer's like, let's do something together. So that's how we're doing something together. And I actually don't have those samples yet, because Jennifer did her part of it and she's sending them to me, and then I'm going to do my part. So you'll see those next week. But anyway, so Crafters Classroom for March and Fun Time Thursday for March are up on our site. You can order them together. You can click on the shipping drop down, go down and pay $6 for both kits to ship together. So there you go. Usually I'm not this far ahead that I actually have all my samples done. Well, I don't because I don't have my Crafters Classroom ones done, but that's okay. We'll get there. So let's go on to tonight. We are doing birthday cards. These cards are all started with, and the paper cut. Like, I cut my finger literally on my instructions when I was like creasing them better, like 2 seconds before coming online, and I had to run out and get a Band-Aid. And I have an extra Band-Aid here too, just in case it starts gushing. But so.
Do we have to dial 911?
Oh my gosh. And it's snowing to beat the band here in Wisconsin. So we're doing birthday cards. All of these cards are done with our pre-scored panel cards. So panel cards, we have a double shutter card, we have a shutter card, and we have a trifold card. And we're going to alter them. So one thing that you for sure need is a personal paper trimmer. We're using this a lot. And adhesive. So I'm going to set these guys aside. We're going to go on to this one. So this is our double shutter card that we are cutting the panel off to make it look like there's 4 panels on the front. So I'm going to open my kit up. The stamps that we're using tonight are from Rubbernecker. It is their birthday month too. Oh, and I got to talk about that. I have so much to talk about tonight. I'm just probably talking a mile a minute. But anyways, the stamps are from Rubbernecker. They are new ones, and they are on their website, like this little owl set that's here, and this birthday background paper. The other birthday background papers are mine, but this birthday background paper, the owl set, this set that we're using, these balloons are on their site, and all birthday items are 15% off. You don't have to use a code or anything. I think there's a special area on their site where it says something like birthday products.
I'm looking for it.
Okay.
Right now.
I think he said at the very top of their site, it
30th
says,
birthday sale.
yeah, so click on that, and then you get to all their birthday products that are 15% off. So, anyways, and it includes like this pattern paper set that they have is 15% off too. Anyways,
Valerie Brown said she's already ordered the Crafters Classroom kit. Does she have to pay shipping again if she orders the next fun time?
yeah, just put pick up at warehouse, and I'll combine them, kind of like I did last time. So if you already ordered Crafters Classroom, which, yeah, Valerie, I know you did. I saw your order come through. Then when you order this kit, go ahead and click pick up at warehouse, and I'll combine those together. So anyways, we have our double shutter card. So it's got our 2 scores and then 2 more scores. And then you have a lot of pieces in here. So let's just figure out what we got and set it aside. This piece you're going to end up cutting up. We have our words that you don't need for it. Now you've got a lot of layers. So let's just get our layers laid out here, because I don't know that they're in any order. This we're going to trim.
Oops, I don't want it here.
So let's just make sure you got all your pieces. If you're missing something, you can post it here. So you have 2 of those pieces. This cupcake printed paper and this candle printed paper are from a paper pad that I just did. They're not out yet, but I think I'm getting them next week, and then I'll get them posted online, along with the one that we did for our Happy Heart Craft along, and that new die that I have coming. Anyways.
Leslie, don't order kids. We're not giving kids away.
No ordering kids. So this is for the band. So also in the band are these 2 pieces and this one. So then you can set that aside if you have all the band pieces. The band, which is pre-folded, we folded it so it fit in the thing. These 3 that layer on top of each other, these are the band. Set them aside.
Okay, so I put a link out there for the birthday sale from Rubbernecker, and I put a link out there for the printed papers for Impression Obsession.
Not Impression Obsession, Rubbernecker.
No, the printed papers.
Oh, those are rubbernecker too.
Oh, those were rubbernecker.
Yeah.
You said
They're,
I
they
know.
sh- oh, I said the wrong thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoops. Okay.
So, but Impression Obsession has some nice ones too.
Okay.
Anyways, the envelope goes on the inside. You can lick that because we're going to seal it. So go ahead and seal your little envelope. And then the pieces that are going to end up layering on it, and we're going to end up cutting it, are this and some of this paper too that we're going to use. So go ahead and set that aside. These three pieces are layering together. You can go ahead and set those aside. And our little cake and our cupcake, we're going to set that aside. So we have these pieces. We have our card. We have two bigger pink pieces, two cupcake printed pieces, two narrower pieces, and then our embossed piece. So for the front, well, let's go ahead and fold our card first just so we can get the fold of it. Now, with double shutters, there's 2 scores here and 2 scores here. And these can be a little bit persnickety when you fold them, even though we scored them and they're exactly the right distances apart. Sometimes when you fold them, one panel seems longer than the other. So I think I always do these opposite. So we're going to turn it over. We're going to put the bump side down. And then on this fold right here, we're going to fold it in and then fold it back. And then on the other side, the bump side is down, remember. We're going to fold it in at this innermost score, and then we're going to fold it back. So that gives our double shutter. Okay, so these 2 front panels, now if you ever have it where one of these panels is sticking out farther than the other, like occasionally that does happen, then you can take it and try and just fold it the other way. So actually mine seems the same both ways, so I'm not going to worry about it at all. And actually we're cutting these panels off. So these front 2 panels we're going to cut off. Now I did give you a dimension. I said to cut off 7/8 of an inch off the end right here and off of this end. However, so you don't have to measure, you could take and attach this piece right there and then just follow that line and leave a cream border and cut that off. That would be perfectly fine too. Actually, I think that's the way that I'm going to do it. So when we open it up, we're attaching a pink piece right here. And before I do that, I'm going to measure my pink piece. I have my personal paper trimmer here. I'm going to measure it because this piece is 1 1/8. So when I cut my birthday printed paper, I'm going to cut 1-inch strips. So I'm going to attach this one here and this one here, and then that will give us a line to follow because then we're going to cut off this little bit. Now, there is nothing that says you can't cut off more. So if you want to see more, you just cut off more. So that's perfectly up to you. And I did, mine is a little smaller right here. So my actual sample is a little bit smaller. See that? So if you want to trim these and then cut off more, you can. Perfectly up to you. So I'm just going to go ahead and attach them on there. But yes, if you want to see more of this cupcake paper, then take a sneak off of both of those. But I'm just going to go ahead and attach it. But yes, there's no like hard, fast rule that that's exactly how much you have to cut off. You can cut off whatever you want to cut off. And I'm just attaching them first because then I can just kind of follow that line. And actually, I think when I do it this way, I'm not quite cutting off 7/8 of an inch. After I was thinking about it, I was like, that's probably easier, is attaching this piece and then taking my trimmer, putting it in here, and then following that line, depending on your trimmer. This one's a little bit hard with this little plastic piece in there. I really do like this trimmer, but yeah, it's making it a tad bit difficult. And I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to cut this other one off. Okay, so now I have those two pieces. Now, these bigger pieces, well, let's go ahead and just get this front part done first. We're going to trim our birthday printed paper. And since these are 1 1/8, if you used my pink ones the way they were, they're 1 1/8. You're going to cut 2 1-inch strips off of here, and then set the rest aside because we need it a little bit later. So 2 1-inch strips of Happy Birthday embossed printed paper. And I'm going to show you how that looks then. So you have a border around there. So 2 1-inch pieces will give you a slight border all the way around of your pink. Now this is a class where we're doing way more cutting than ever. We never do this much cutting in class. So this is a little bit different, but that's good, because you're actually working along with me. I mean, usually we're doing like assembly type stuff, but we're never doing this much cutting. But we're altering our cards, our panel cards, to make them just a little bit different. Or with the shutter card, we're just adding layers to it, or panels across the front. All right, now, depending on how we cut this, yeah, mine kind of connect right there. So kind of, if you want them to kind of connect where you cut them apart, kind of look at them before you attach them, because you don't want to attach them backwards. And actually, it's just a background. So, you know what? If you attach them the other way, who really cares? Not the person that gets it. They're not even going to probably notice that.
And if they do...
And if they do and they say anything, they come off your handmade card list. Okay, so now these two panels right here and right here, are actually on the opposite side. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead while it's folded this way. I'm going to attach one of our pink layers. Oh, and actually I cut these the wrong size. Do you even believe it? I cut them. Oh, I don't know what I did.
What in the world?
Yeah, but this piece we're going to cut down a little bit smaller. Don't know what I was thinking that day. But anyways, we're just going to go ahead and attach our two big pink pieces behind there. I'm going to attach one and then I'm going to show you. And then I will go ahead, proceed to cut my cupcake paper. I don't know why I did that. Okay, so see how this is the back side. This is the front side, which is what you see mostly. And then on the opposite side is where we're going to attach these two pink pieces on those panels right there. I'm going to get my handy dandy little Sharpie out, because I'm going to tell you what to cut your pink paper to. Sorry about that. You have a lot of cutting to do in this class, and I just gave you a little bit more. So one, and let me cut mine first before you proceed to cut yours, so I can make sure it's right. Okay, so just wait to cut for a minute. We'll let Sarah make sure she gives you the right size. And it also depends on how much you want to see. of the pink paper behind the pattern one. All right. This little thing is in my way, and I want to take it out. There. Shoo! Okay, so I cut my paper to 5 1/4. By 1 7/8, or slightly a hair smaller. So to get it to layer like that, cut your cupcake paper to 5 1/4 by 1 7/8, or even just a hair under 1 7/8. So 5 1/4. I much prefer cutting on my big paper trimmer all of yours at one time. By 1 7/8. And my mom's just linking away there.
Yeah, I got links for rubbernecker printed papers and IO printed papers and rubbernecker birthday sale items. And I got my computer back up and running again, so that's good.
Okay. And you know what? It actually doesn't even matter if you cut it to exactly the right size, because when this is folded in, you don't even see all of it.
Hey,
So
Penny, it's nice to hear from you again.
on the one side, just make sure you have equal borders, and if you don't have equal borders on the other side, it's okay. So go ahead and attach your, and now we're working on the front of it again. See how it's folded? I'm just folding one front panel over, and then I'm attaching my cupcake paper, and I'm making sure I have like an equal border, or as close as I can get it, to these 3 sides, because you don't really even see underneath here. Then I'm going to go ahead and do that on the other side. Make sure you have your 3 equal borders. And if it's not perfect on this edge, that's okay. Okay, so there we have our front. Let's pull out our little envelope. So the little envelope, you're probably thinking I'm a Lulu for wanting you to seal the little envelope. But I'm not. Well, at least not all the time. So,
No, you're not, Sarah.
so I am going to attach my brown piece to 1/2 of it, and then I'm going to trim it off. So I use these little gift card envelopes, and that's what they're called, is gift card envelopes. I use them for holding gift cards, except I don't like seal them inside of them. I use them as a little holder. So if we cut off, and I cut it to 2 1/8, so I cut it to 2 1/8, it makes this little pockety thing in there, see? And then a gift card sticks right in there. Now you have another half that you could stick a gift card in that half too.
Where do I find those on your website?
It's probably gift space card, or if you just type gift
Okay.
into, so right here I have our happy birthday, And so you can just cut a hunk of your embossed paper, and I think I'm going to cut that to 2 inches. I probably wrote it in the instructions, but oh no, 1 3/4 inches. I'm going to cut my pattern paper to 1 3/4 inches. And then that's going to attach right there. So I have my gift card holder. Attach your embossed paper. But yeah, the little gift card envelopes, I use them just so you know, when you give a card and the gift card's just kind of floating around in there, but here you have a little holder that you can put it in. So now when we attach that to our card, you only want to put tape on the part that's going to actually attach to the card. If you put tape on the whole thing, your card's going to be stuck open where you want that panel to fold back. So only put tape on half of it. And make sure you put it on the correct half, the half underneath the embossed. And you can put that wherever you want. There's no rule on where this has to go. Don't go past the score though, because if you go past the score, then it'll get kind of buckly in here. I'm going to wait and I'm going to cut out my cupcake and my cake later. So now we need a little strip, and this piece is actually wider than what you need, because you're going to trim part of it for our band. Oh, my band fell on the floor.
Uh-oh.
So we're trimming part of this for the band, and then the other part is going to go on the inside. So let's see how big my band is. My band is 1 1/4 inches. So I'm going to trim my band to 1 1/4. I don't know why I'm having such trouble seeing right now. And really, there's no set rule for your band either. You could make that as big or as small as you want it. But so we cut this. This is for our band. And this part goes on the inside. So that we're going to trim to just a hair under 4 1/4 so it fits there. So like 4 1/8, but I'm not even going to measure mine. I'm just going to lop it. There. Bam. And you can tape that in there. And again, that can kind of go, I've got it about 1.5 inches down from the top, but again, just be a go for it kind of gal, and just kind of place it in there. Okay. Now we have these 3 layers. These are attached flat. If you want to pop them, you can. It just means it's going to be popped up a little bit. So it's up to you. Just layer your pinks together. Now with the basis papers going away, I am trying to use some of the other papers, and I'm challenging myself to use papers that I haven't used before. Not necessarily on this card, but on the on our Winnie the Pooh cards. Like this basis burgundy I don't use very often, so I made myself use it. This is my next challenge, using this color. So, but yes, on these cards I made myself use the basis burgundy because I've never used it before. So I was like, okay, I'm going to find something to go with basis burgundy. So I started with the color of paper and then made myself go outside of the box. You know, outside of my colors that I really like. I mean, I like those colors. It's just, they're not my my safe colors, you know, that I can usually always create with. So sometimes you have to go there. Okay, so now I am going to trim up my cupcake and my cake, but let's make our band first. So to make the band, we already kind of bent it just so it fit in the package. So we're going to use that one side that's bent already, and then we're just going to bring that across the back. And we're going to put a little tape right here and then tape that down. Don't pull it uber tight. If you pull it uber tight, it's going to be hard going on and off. I mean, you can pull it fairly tight, but just like don't make it overly tight that once the person gets it off, they can't get it back on. Okay, so there I have my band. And then I have my, now I probably could have pulled mine a little tighter, as I was telling you guys not to pull yours too tight. Now what I did here was I just attached these 2 layers with tape, and then I popped them up with foam tape. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a little heads up. Starting
Your mother's eating.
Yeah, my mom's eating. No, that's okay. That's not what the heads up is. The heads up is that either tomorrow or Saturday, by Saturday at the latest, but it might be tomorrow, I am going to post 27 items because it's our 27th year birthday. I'm going to post 27 items on our sale page at half off.
Whoa.
And it's just going to go through Sunday night. Okay? So, and I'm going to do an email, and I'll probably post on the Facebook page too when I get them there. They're not there now, and right now you will see that there is not even a heading for sale page because I kind of took it down after our last sale. Well, I took it down sometime. Anyways, so 27 items. Some of them may have color choices underneath the item, so more than 27 items are going to be half price over the weekend. So you guys get to hear that first. Oh, and if you order $60 worth of half price items, we've got a special pack of slimline cards. It's like an Easter variety of slimline cards that you'll get for free. I will give you a coupon code for that. And since I didn't do it yet, I didn't make it up yet. So, but there will be a coupon. Should I just make it up right now?
Oh.
What should we say? What should we call the sale code? Let's just call it SLIM for slimline cards. So yeah, the sale code, you don't need to enter it to get the 50% off. You just go order a bunch of 50% off stuff, and then if you put the sale code SLIM in there after ordering $60 of sale items, then you'll get the free pack of slimline cards. 10 cards, 10 envelopes.
Nice.
Oh, when you're attaching this on there, make sure to only put tape in the middle that's going to go on the band, which I almost messed that up. So if you didn't trim your layers, you can do it actually right on your band.
Slim 27 or just
No, just
slim?
slim. Just slim. It's not there yet though. It won't work until I tell you it'll work. But that's what I'm doing. So watch your email and or Facebook for that code, and then when the sale page goes active. So anyways, we have our first birthday card. You open it up, bam. Except we did forget these little guys. Just slim, yep. So I started adding items to the sale page.
Oh, Stephanie doesn't have the papers that go behind the delightful birthday sentiment.
Oh, I will send you those, Stephanie. Can you write those down,
Yep,
Mom?
you bet.
Okay, yes. If you're missing something during class, you can tell us. If you're watching this after class, you need to email or send me a Facebook message because I don't always get back to the comments. Oh, Rubbernecker, does have the dies to go with these. They didn't have them before we shipped this class out. So if you're like, I don't want to fussy cut this stuff, you can order the dies and then just wait to put, they have the clear stamp sets and then the dies to go with them. So that's why I'm making you cut, just because those were just released. Well, this stamp set, the owl stamp set, were just released yesterday. So yeah, they didn't have the dies in order for me to pre-cut them for you. So yeah, there is some fussy cutting. Or you could punch this little cupcake out with a circle punch. That would be cute too. Okay, so now we got our little guys punched out, and you can pop them up with foam tape or not. I think I did pop both of them up with foam tape, so I'm going to do that. Yeah, I called Rubbernecker just before I was on my way here. I said, these stamps don't come out until the 15th. And he said, yeah, Sarah, it's the 16th. I'm like, oh, duh. So, yeah. Okay. So there we go.
Whoops.
Now you could put something fun right there if you wanted, but they're going to open it up and go boom, and then that opens to the front of that. Oops, I put that in the wrong spot. Ooh, and I attached it with foam tape. Do I want to risk it? Ooh, I did it. Okay. Not like anybody would have known. So there, we've got our first card done. Now we're going to go on to the one with the candles. And this piece, you just have an extra little piece of printed paper, or embossed paper. Okay, so let's go on to this one. Now this candle paper is our paper. Oh, see, here's a little, well, this is my Office Max cards. But my Max Perk cards from one of 07, it probably is not active anymore. Anyways, see how your little gift card fits in there then? So I started just taking a piece of paper and taping on 3 sides of it to make myself a little gift card holder, but then I started taking the little envelopes and cutting them because it works great. Okay, let's open up our next kit. So let's go through our pieces. We have this one that you're going to color. We have a light blue one that says wishing you an awesome day. And then this one for the front, you can pick any of these words. So I just gave you different words on there. This white piece is a template. So if you want to take it and write the word template on it, and then you can save it for future products or projects. Okay, so that one's a template. Then we have our trifold card. A piece of printed candle paper, a green piece of paper. Now both of these we're cutting. Then you should have a blue piece, which is for the inside, a white piece, which is for the inside. These green pieces are to cut. So you either have 2 or 3 of them, because technically you could just use 2 of them, but they might have thrown 3 of them in there, so that's fine. And then these 2 pieces are for your words, and your little blue pieces for the inside too. So we're going to set our inside pieces over to the side. We're going to set our word pieces over to the side. Our balloon can go over to the side. Right now we're going to and our Max Perks for Business card. So this is our trifold card. It's got 3 panels, hence trifold, and your scores. The bump is up this time. So this is our template, and we're basically going to take a pencil and draw the line and then cut it. And you're going to have it facing one direction for one, the opposite way for the other one. And it's up to you. If you want to do it on the front of your card, that's okay, or you can just do it on the inside. You're going to end up cutting just a little bit inside of that pencil line, so you'll end up cutting that pencil line off. Then we're also going to use the template on the green paper and the candle paper. Just be sure that whatever way you do your green one, that you do your candle one the opposite way. Okay, so you do have to think about it a little bit, because you can't take it and do it one way. Well, you could, because then you can turn your green one over. You just have to think about it a little bit, especially before you start attaching all of your pieces. So if you do them both the same way, when you attach one of them, you have to flip it, which you can't flip your pattern paper. Well, you could when you get your actual pack of pattern paper, because there's a pattern on the back. But
Is the birthday candle paper on the website?
no, this one is mine. Okay. And along with the cupcake one, and it's not on the website yet because I don't have a shipping date for it yet.
Okay.
So, but it will be next week. So,
Next week?
Next week.
Okay.
Yep. So, and then when we do have our bigger sale at the end of the month, it will be on there and you can order it. So first we have our scores, and I'm going to just trace my template on both sides, because then when I cut this, I'm going to have that shape. And this is not a hard fast, it has to be this exact same measurements. I just cut my template, off of pretty close based on these pieces right here. But there's no rule that says your template has to be exactly this many inches this way at this much of an angle. Oops. So use your pencil, follow your template, and then you're going to trim. And you are going to follow your pencil lines. It's hard following your pencil lines when you can't see the edge of your paper. That's why you use pencil. And you can go slightly inside your pencil lines. Or if you used a pencil, you can just trim them off, or erase them, I mean. Okay, so there's one panel. And then I'm going to go to my other one. Now what we also could have done was we could have just done it on our green paper and our candle paper, and then we could have done like we did last time and attached them and then trimmed. So that would have worked too. And that I did not just think about until just now. I still have my pencil line there, so I'm just going to go inside my pencil line a bit. Okay. So there's where we get our opening up at the top. So it does take a little bit of, manipulation, but you can use our pre-scored cards as your base, and then just cut your angles instead of starting with, because this piece of paper was 12 3/4 inches to start. Now after we did trim it, it is less than 12 inches, so you could do it out of a 12 by 12, but it's just easier with the pre-scored paper. Your scores are all right there. So I took my template, I'm doing my green one for this side. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to turn it over to do my candle one. And now you're going to cut about 1/8 of an inch in from your pencil lines. So yeah, it might have been easier to cut these and then just take and trim our card to match, going a little ways out, but Sarah did not think of that. So, but I'm going to cut, so hang on, since I'm going to cut about 1/4 of an inch in from here. Okay, so I'm going to end up cutting those lines off, or not 1/4 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch. So you want to cut a little ways in, and that's just so you get this border. Okay, so you're going to cut about 1/8 of an inch in from your pencil lines. So I have my pencil lines, I'm going to move it over about 1/8 of an inch. And this one I can see my pencil lines pretty good. Move it over about 1/8 of an inch. Okay. Now if you need to make any adjustments, you can do that. I have mine going right to the edge, but it's up to you. If you want it not to go to the edge, you can take a little trim off right there. See, mine goes all the way to the edge right there. But I might take a little trim off of there. Just take a trim off of there, I can scoot it over a tiny bit. Okay. All right, so I've got my first one. You could also kind of take this one, and cut it. You could match your green one up and just cut that line in too. So there's a whole bunch of different ways to do it. Okay, so now I'm doing my candle paper. And I'm cutting it 1/8 of an inch in. I'm going to take a little bit off of the one edge too, in case I want a little border. All right. So now your candle paper only attaches one way, where your green one, depending on how you did it, you can flip it. Alright, so you can go ahead and attach those. Oh, Wendy's missing her balloons too.
Yeah, I wrote that down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wendy and Lori.
Okay. I will get them out in the mail to you.
Merle and Stephanie are missing some pieces right now, so.
Well, we've been pretty good on not missing pieces. and tell this kid.
Yeah, Becky's got a lot on her mind right now.
Yeah, Becky does have a lot on her mind right now. So, but that's okay. We always get them to you, so it's all good. Now, did you see that I just turned it over and I'm doing it flat? Just because I didn't want to fight the fold. Oops, I'm going to take a little bit more off of the bottom of this one. Okay. So off my candle guy, I did trim a little bit too much. So remember how I said you could just put the layer on and then trim? That might have been a good idea. So now I'm trimming a little bit more off. Okay, all my trimming's done. Yay. Well, I shouldn't say all of my trimming is done. Let's go on to the inside of the card, because there's still more trimming. Let's pull out our inside pieces. So we have our green strips and we have our green that's going to go across here. Now I'm going to attach it and then I am going to trim it off just with the scissors. And I'm going to do that with the other pieces too. And I did this one about 2 inches down. But again, it doesn't really matter. So I can do that, and I can take my scissors and trim that off. Now I've got 3 scissors next to me, because 2 of them are underneath my trimmer. And then I'm going to take my other 2, and I'm going to attach them, and then I'm going to use my scissors and trim right here. But let's first attach this piece in the middle, because then we know where to line them up. So we're attaching the blue piece in the middle. And then we know where to line these up so we can get them going straight across. And if you want to just use one and you want to save one for another project, I think you have plenty to do that. Unless you just got 2 and it was a fluke that I got 3, I'm not sure. Or maybe you have to use all 3. Hang on, let me trim this one and I'll find out. Well, I think you do have to use all 3 because I don't think this one's going to fit. Nope, it's just a little short. So you do need to use all 3, or you cut this one in half to extend it. Okay, so I'm just lining that up so it goes straight across. And then I'm going to trim it. So there we have all 3 of them on there. Oh, before, I forgot to tell you this. Damn it. Before you do that, if you only put tape on the ends, then you can use that as a gift card holder. So if you put tape on the whole thing and you want to peel it off and take tape off the middle, you can do that, and then you can have a gift card holder. Sorry, I forgot to tell you that part. It was written in the directions, but I just spaced it.
You blew right past that.
I
right?
did.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you just have tape on the ends, then your gift card will fit in there. And then you have a little gift card holder. I love doing little gift card holders. Instead of doing a gift card and doing, you know, just the little envelope that it comes in, this makes a gift card a little more special.
I do too. I did that with Quilt-A-Card too.
Yeah. It's you're giving a gift card, but you're putting thought into the actual card. Okay, then this piece is going to go in here. And then this blue one just goes right across, you know, kind of overlapping your green. So that's the inside of your card. Okay, now I'm going to color my candles. I don't know if you did already, but these are cut longer just in case you want to use the Enjoy Your Special Day, or depending on which one you want to use, then you're going to, so you're going to trim these out, you know, whichever one you want to use. And then that will determine the length of these two pieces. But I'm going to go ahead and color my balloons right now. So let me grab an orange marker, a blue marker, and a green marker.
Well, those orange and blue Appleton West colors.
Yeah, that's my high school colors, is orange and blue. Not this fun blue. It was a little bit darker, I think. Wasn't it?
Could be, yeah. And now they added white to those school colors there.
Did they?
Yeah, orange, blue, and white. I don't know why they did that. Some things are a mystery.
So I'm not a Copic professional by any means, but when I do Copics, if I do them and then I go around the outside, that'll give you a little bit of natural shading there with just using the same color. So let's see if I can find the blue that actually matches.
We'll get those balloons to you, Mona, and any other people that are missing things. If you just let us know, we'll get them to you. So sorry about that.
Yeah, we must have been missing a whole, on one layer, balloons. Because it's 3 people with balloons now, right?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, yeah, it must have just been a whole row when she was kidding them.
Yep.
That's okay, I'll get them in the mail to you. Yeah, but I do apologize. Okay, now my green. Ooh, this green tip is bad. All right, so I did pop my balloons up, but I'm going to wait to put those on until I do my words.
Mona Wilson, you probably are. Everybody else that's missing balloons is also missing Happy Birthday.
No, it's this. It's this.
It's the whole thing?
It's
okay.
It's attached.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's the same thing.
All right.
I think I'm gonna do Enjoy Your Special Day. Oh, that's, no, there's Wishing You an Awesome Day. So maybe I'll make this one a guy card.
Oh, good, Deb. I'm glad you got everything. Most people have everything. I don't know what happened, but
Like I said, I think it was just a few at the end of a row or something.
Yep.
Okay.
Wendy Little will be will be placing an order this weekend, so you can add it then.
Okay.
Add to order.
Thank you. Okay, so now I did pop up my words. So that's up to you. If you want to pop up your words, you can. And then I did attach my orange and blue flat. Yes, Kathleen, that's for $60 worth of sale items. But there will be a good amount of sale items to pick from. And I'll say that again, because you guys are just hearing it right now ahead of everybody else. I just thought I'd give you the heads up. Okay, so now I did just attach this flat. Sometimes it's hard to tape when you have pop stuff going on. And then you can give this, you know, as big or a little border as you want. I have mine a little bit crooked, but that's okay because my son will probably come and raid my cards and it doesn't matter because he'll give a birthday card. Well, he'll give a birthday card for a wedding and then cross off the birthday on the inside and say congratulations because he just does that stuff.
Josh.
Yeah, that Josh. So, yeah, he's not gonna, it's kind of bothering me, but I'm just gonna leave it be. When you're attaching this to the front, just make sure you only attach it behind what is gonna actually stick, because if you do it across the whole thing, you'll tape your card shut, and we don't want that to happen. So just a little tape behind whatever part is sticking down.
Supper was good.
Okay, and then these guys I did pop up with foam tape. And just be careful, because if you have any of them sticking out, like if I have my orange balloon sticking out at the top, that you don't have foam tape where it's sticking out, because then it'll stick your card shut too. So yeah, just be careful while you're applying adhesives, because you don't want any adhesive sticking out above the top. And I think I did put a little bit of adhesive on my, down here where I could. We have one more card to go. The Fun Time Thursdays usually take a little bit longer just because we're assembling cards and we're doing 3 of them. My Band-Aid is getting in the way.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Darn Band-Aid.
Darn paper cut.
The darn paper cut. But it's better than blood spewing all over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, darn paper cut. Okay.
That's how you got your name.
Yeah, paper cut. Okay, so now here we go with our balloons. All right, so there's our second card. Yay!
Yahoo!
Fits in an A2 envelope. Let's go on to our last one, and this one does not have as much trimming, so I think the paper trimmer can almost go away. So let me, hang on, I'm gonna keep your template. I've got my little template envelope in front of me, so I'm gonna put it in there. And I'm gonna pick up some of my sniblets that are off to the side. Try to keep my work area, well, better than it usually looks.
Well, relatively clean.
Relatively clean, yes. So this one doesn't have as many pieces. So this is our shutter card. And by shutter card, it's just the bump up, 2 scores, folds, and it meets in the middle. So we're just adding the flaps on here either way. And this one, yeah, this one's pretty easy. This is some fussy cutting, but otherwise it's pretty easy. So this paper is in the Rubbernecker pack. So this is one of the Rubbernecker papers from their paper pad.
You're still shorter than Jennifer's Friday nights.
Yeah, I don't know how long her Friday nights go. But. Okay, so we can go ahead and attach these 2 pieces. Okay. So yeah, this one is mostly just attaching and then some fussy cutting. Oh, and I did a little bit of coloring on this one too, so.
Okay, so Brenda wants to know, will the paper cut be at any of the scrapbook expos this year?
We are not going to be at any of the scrapbook expos, but Rubbernecker will have like 20 feet of our product in their booth. So I think they're doing all of the scrapbook expo shows. So yes, look for our stuff in the Rubbernecker booth. And they're also using our stuff in their classes too, so. So yeah, you can attach them to the outsides here and then you're not fighting the fold. Now, let's go to, we have a big piece of blue jewel. So we have our words. We're going to cut out the words, have a hoot of a good time, or if you just want to do the happy birthday, you can. Or you can put the happy birthday on the inside, which I didn't do. But you're going to trim your words. So I lied, there is a little bit of trimming. Now this one will fit on here, so you do need to cut it fairly close to your words. So yeah, cut it fairly narrow. So then there's a little blue border. Jennifer's a night owl. I'm not normally a night owl. So I usually wake up super early in the morning. So like she's emailed me and in the middle of the night, and I've emailed her back because she's going to bed and I'm waking up. So I am going to trim the ends. This is
Oh, Kathleen Moore.
What?
She's got to have a Band-Aid now too because she was multitasking and slicing hamburger buns while watching your video.
Oh, jeez.
So sorry about that. Oh, workman's comp.
So you're going to attach here, have a hoot of a good time. Yeah, that's bad.
Fridays can go 3 hours.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
We've made it to the 1.5 hour mark, but not tonight yet. But on our cards for the warehouse sale, that we normally go, that one goes pretty long. Okay, then you are going to cut a piece of the blue glitter to go behind it. Okay, and that's up to you. If you want to save your blue glitter for something else, you go for it. I did trim one little piece of blue glitter to go, that's kind of what my owls are kind of standing on. So yeah, cut some blue glitter now. And then on the inside here, this piece I didn't even get
Oh, that's
attached.
Claudia that wrecked her hand.
So I only have the blue glitter. I don't have this other blue piece in there. If you want to put the flag in there, or you can just attach the flag, or you can attach it to a piece of blue glitter. So that, yeah, and then you can put the happy birthday in there too. So you use the blue glitter for whatever you want to use the blue glitter. Now, attaching tape to the glitter paper. Remember we talked about this during one of our Thursdays? I use my ATG gun, and this one I did, and it is stuck on there pretty darn good. Okay, I mean, I could pull it off if I tried, but it's stuck on there. So the best thing to attach to the glitter paper is foam tape. Works really super good. Wet glue does not come off. ATG tape works really good too. So some of your little dot rollers or snails, those are not going to stick to the glitter paper. So I'm just going to cut this. I'm going to cut a little strip off to go on my other piece. So I just cut this little strip off to go onto here, and my little owls are going to sit on there. I'm also going to cut this word layer. And then I have another piece left, plus this big piece left for on the inside if you want to hang your banners, you know, from a narrower piece, or if you want to put this behind your happy birthday for the inside, you have some extra blue glitter paper for that. So that's to use however you want. Okay, so I have this piece, and when you attach it, remember, only put tape on half. So see how it's attached to the left side? Only put tape on half. And if you get tape too far, you know, roll it back. So keep it kind of near the bottom because your balloons are going to go up at the top. So I do have it fairly close to the bottom. Okay, and then on this one I'm just going to put my little piece of blue glitter there. And this one, however wide you want it. And again, I'm only going to put tape on half. Okay, because it's going to attach to the right hand side this time. Okay, now I did pre-cut out, well, I had 3 little owls. Oh, there they are. I did pre-cut out my little owls. I did not finish my balloons or my hat. So these little guys I attached with foam tape. So I'm going to just turn them over, get some foam tape here. You can tell when I'm getting tired, I don't use as much foam tape. Not like Jennifer. I guess she never gets tired because she puts a lot of foam tape on hers. But yeah, when I get tired, then I don't use as much foam tape. Because I think I have trouble getting it off the back. Okay, so now for my, I'm going to cut my little hat out, but these 3 balloons were a little more pastel-y than I wanted, so I did take, no one uses as much foam tape as Jennifer. Yeah. I know, I watched her one night and I was just like, oh my God. So I did like make these a little darker just because I didn't like how pastel-y they were. I mean, I love it that they send me the pre-colored. That's awesome, and they do a great job coloring. But yeah, I wanted these guys a little bit darker.
Misty uses more. Oh.
Okay.
Probably. I think she owns stock in the company.
All right. And I have one more blue balloon to do. So yes, when my half price sale goes up depends on, I've got the little guy tomorrow, so depending on how late I stay up tonight or how early I get up tomorrow morning will depend on whether it's on Friday or Saturday. So, but it will be there, and I will let you know. All right, so now we just have a little bit more fussy cutting to do, and then we are done. So yeah, the flags, that was kind of an afterthought, so that's why there's blue glitter paper to back them with if you want, or you don't have to back them at all. But yeah, that was kind of an afterthought after I had it done. So I did cut off the string. Now, I think they have dies for these also, Rubbernecker. Because I think they have dies for most of their clear stamps. So if you don't want to fussy cut these, you can get the dies from them and just hold off putting that on there until after you get the dies. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just get her done. Okay, and I'm not going to cut my flags out tonight. I'm going to get these last balloons and hat on there, and then we will call it a night. Go clear off the car. Who knows how much snow is out there now?
Yeah, I wonder.
I have no idea. I didn't even know it was supposed to snow as much as it did. So, but yeah, we've had dry streets here for a while, so then when it snows, then people start driving stupid because they forget, oh, it's slippery out.
Oh my gosh.
It was very pretty. Deb said the snow was very pretty today. It was very pretty. It was big flakes, and so it was very pretty, and it's not super cold. It's just driving in it sometimes is not so good. I'd rather be sitting in my living room watching it out my back window. So now when I put these balloons on there, I did kind of pull this up a little bit and slide those behind. So, but that's up to you. You can also cut them off. So you could cut them off right here. And then you could pop them up. But again, if you're going to pop them up and they're going to overlap, don't put tape where they're going to overlap the pop-up. so I'm going to put mine behind my red and blue balloons. And then I'm just going to tuck them behind my blue just a tiny bit. And then the little hat.
You can have our snow, Denise. We're in Wisconsin.
Where's Denise at?
I don't know. Denise, where do you live? She says she wants some snow. I think it's pretty to look at too, but that's as far as I go.
Okay. And then this little guy. Now when you're using things that have a thin thing like this, you can use a toothpick behind them. But I am just going to use some adhesive on the bottom of my, on the bottom of the string. Because on this one, you know, most of it is up above. If you do have the dies, you can always, you know, die cut it out of a firmer cardstock below it and attach it just to make it a little bit more rigid. So, but there we have our little owl birthday card, which is super cute. So yeah, you can't put any tape behind this balloon, but you can always die cut it twice out of a firmer cardstock and the colored one. So anyways, okay, so recap. Watch for the sale page, which I will send an email about, and a Facebook post. And then also 50% off, and that's through this weekend. And then if you want to order our new Crafters Classroom Kit and the Fun Time Thursday, those are both up there now. If you already ordered the Crafters Classroom and you paid shipping on it, you can go to the drop down and select pick up at warehouse.
One more thing. Everybody has to say, happy birthday, Deb Eastwood.
Oh, it's Deb Eastwood's birthday?
Yeah.
Oh, happy birthday, Deb. So I think that's about it. Our birthday, you know, this candle pattern is from our birthday pad, so that will be going up next week. This fun, happy birthday words, that's from Rubberneckers. They're having their birthday sale right now, and all of their birthday stuff is 15% off. So, anyways, we'll see you next week, guys, and watch for something from me, email, Facebook this weekend, or Friday or Saturday.